Well, it is time now for us to take a look at some of our national and international news for this Tuesday morning. It is January 31st of 2017, last day of the month. Did you know about the mosque shooting in Quebec on Sunday night? I believe I mentioned it yesterday kind of in passing. Police did detain a suspect at the scene. He is a college student. And in response to that, of course, all of the world basically saying, wow, what's going on in Canada, right? In New York City, NYPD has increased security around their mosques. And in Europe, a number of the mosques there have closed their doors during prayers now. Also, the media has learned that Iran has tested some more medium-range missiles, apparently in defiance of the world community. And Mexico has called on Netanyahu to apologize for tweeting support for Donald Trump's wall proposal. This is something, of course, Israel has already been under a lot of criticism for the wall that they erected on their Sinai border, as well as the wall along the West Bank. And the fact that Netanyahu expressed support for it, it just has now heaped more criticism, not just on Netanyahu, but also on Trump. And now Mexico is asking for an apology from Netanyahu. Another of that, the news in terms of the Muslim ban that's going on right now, the interference with travel, the travel ban. A number of other countries now are doing tit-for-tat, including Iran and Iraq, saying American citizens will not be allowed in. There's some concern internationally about a spate of deaths in some Greek refugee camps. Also, in Pakistan, Hasif Saeed, he's the guy who was allegedly the mastermind of the Mumbai attacks back in 2008. He's been placed under house arrest. And it looks like there is now a study that's been commissioned by the U.S. Congress about whether or not the governments of China and Russia could survive a full strike by the U.S. Not only would they survive, but would they be able to continue to operate, which has now fueled speculation internationally that the United States is planning a nuclear first strike against both China and Russia. The last story we have is that the Russian family apparently is falling apart. They're having a hard time replacing their citizens. Now they're paying people to have big families. When I say big, we're talking about 3 children or more. And they're calling it a turmoil. They're calling it a crisis. They're basically saying that the Russian family, as they knew it, doesn't exist anymore. And they're actually paying people to have babies, which is something I think the West has already been doing, right? And some people would say that the WIC program, that welfare, that some of these other things. And if you think about it in terms of where the world is at, we are not at replacement levels. Most civilizations, most societies now, the rate is under 2. In other words, families only having 2 kids, that's a replacement rate. If they're having less than that, then we're not going to replace the people who are on the planet now. And there are some people who think that's a good thing. I personally don't, but that's another subject entirely. We'll do a commentary on that at some point in the future. Today's commentary is going to focus on homeschooling just a little bit. One simple thing it all boils down to. And I think that if you're a homeschooler, you'll agree with me. And either way, I'd like you to check it out. You like what I'm doing? Support me either through a Patreon or a direct subscription at the website, radiofreespeech.com. Thanks.